Alright, what's up guys? So, WrestleMania has uploaded a video titled 10 Wrestlers WWE Should Never Bring Back. Yeah, there's some on that list where I'm like, I know they're not going to bring them back. Like, Nia Jax is probably going to be on that list. Unless she gets like the proper, if she really want to come back to wrestling, I feel like she has like a second chance. It's like, okay, you gotta, whatever you was doing before, don't do that. Actually train to get better and, make a safer environment for, your peers and stuff. Because, no, they were saying she was injuring some people, man. And so then there was that whole thing that went down with her and Charlotte Flair where it looked like they was really getting into it and stuff. And then who else? Alberto Del Rio. I know he ain't gonna ever come back. He probably not even gonna go to like any smaller like wrestling shows or anything. Or there's some other wrestlers. I'm pretty sure they'll have them all named off and things. I know they are talking about Braun Strowman coming back. I feel like he had a good run. I feel like it just needed to be better. And I feel like, with Triple H being in play, I think it can get better and stuff. So I think like wrestlers, they just need a chance to just really prove themselves to be talented, or not talented, but just overall like they can be better than when they were before they, left and stuff. So, but no, let's go ahead and get into this video. Make sure you guys go subscribe to WrestleMania for more videos like this. And then that being said,
now, ever since
let's get into this video.
took control of WWE Creative, he's brought back a number of released talents. From Karrion Kross to Dakota Kai, these wrestlers are now getting a second chance under brand new leadership. With there being extensive reports that Triple H is going to bring back several talents who were misused under the old regime, there's a push to see certain superstars back in WWE. However, there are those wrestlers that WWE maybe should avoid bringing back at all costs. Well, which ones are they? Well, join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 wrestlers WWE shouldn't ever bring back. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 10, Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan was mostly known for her time in the Riot Squad, but outside of her being a member of the aforementioned group, Logan didn't really make an impact during her time in WWE. She was released from WWE in 2020, but she is said to be on good terms with the company. This explains why Logan has appeared a number of times since her release, including at the 2022 Royal Rumble. Now, there may be a push.
I'm like, I don't know why she would be. I don't know. Like, I didn't see too much of her, but I'm like, I think she's one of those wrestlers that deserves a second chance. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But anyways,
seem to see Logan be brought back into the company, but this may be considered a wasted investment. Logan was in the WWE for years and never managed to get over. Bringing her back.
Whoops. Like it was said in the beginning of the video, it was old management. I feel like this second time around, I think she could have a good run if she wanted to.
Change this, and unless Logan has suddenly and drastically improved in the ring, WWE may be better off bringing back a different star for the women's division. Number 9, Lars Sullivan.
Yeah,
During his time in NXT, Lars Sullivan was heavily pushed. It was clear that Triple H saw great value in Sullivan, and this
after all that stuff that he went through, he ain't ever coming back.
Presented as a credible and legitimate threat. But Sullivan had a disastrous main roster run, as it was revealed that he had previously shared his controversial and offensive thoughts on a bodybuilding site a number of years ago. He was fined and was forced to attend sensitivity training. In early 2021, he departed from WWE as he was dealing with a ton of anxiety. With Triple H being a big fan of Sullivan in NXT, there is a small possibility that the game could look to bring him back into the mix. Now, this shouldn't happen. Sullivan has a lot of demons, and his in-ring work was nothing to write home about. Ultimately, bringing back the former NXT star to the main roster wouldn't help the company in any way, shape, or form. Number 8, The Iconics. Following their WWE releases in 2021, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, known as The Iconics, signed with Impact Wrestling.
I don't know. Like, because I feel like they were one of those tag teams where it was like, they're going to get booed. The crowd ain't going to like them. But, like, I felt like they were good, though. I feel like they had a good thing going. Then when they had left, I know a lot of people were tripping about it and stuff. Ah, dang, wow.
The company and WWE contacted them in regards to the Royal Rumble, but they turned it down. There's a possibility that Triple H could look to bring back both talents into the company, as the women's tag team division needs elevating, but are the Iconics the right team to do this? The Iconics have never been known for their in-ring work, and it's unlikely that the duo would have been able to have the quality of matches that fans want out of the women's tag division. Number 7, Bronson Reed. Before his surprising release in 2021, Bronson Reed was one of the top babyfaces in NXT. However, it was when Reed was getting ready to be called up to the main roster where the problems began. Vince McMahon wasn't a fan of Reed's work and he decided to outright release him. Triple H put a ton of effort into getting Reed over in NXT and it was destroyed by the former chairman. Triple H may get in contact with Reed to discuss the possibility of a return, but in all honesty this shouldn't happen. Not yet anyway. Reed is enjoying a run in New Japan Pro Wrestling and he's finding himself as a performer. Reed spending a number of years in Japan before finally coming back to WWE would be the smartest move for everyone involved. Number 6, Lana. Alana received a substantial push throughout the COVID-19 pandemic as her ongoing feud with Nia Jax was heavily...
Yeah, but like she was just, I think if they would have had it where she was actually showing like some sort of like talent and had her not had her become like come off as like this like scared wrestler, I think if they would have had her doing some top tier matches, I think she could have had a better run in WWE. But it was like what, every week of just her going through a table. Yeah, I can see why if people would want her to come back. But I truly do think that if she had a second chance to really prove herself, I think she would do good.
On Raw, but no matter how many matches Lana wrestled in, she just didn't have what it took to be a top female talent in the company. She was released in 2021 and then since then she's taken a step back from the crazy world of pro wrestling. She claims that she's become extremely successful since leaving WWE and has actually become a millionaire. Hopefully Lana's new ventures lead to great personal success as she certainly wasn't going to find it in WWE. Alana isn't a name that Triple H should consider bringing back. WWE needs fantastic in-ring talents and Lana sadly doesn't fit this criteria. Number 5, the Velveteen.
I heard he just got in. I think it was him. He just got into some trouble. I don't know. It could be him or somebody else.
Velveteen Dream was considered to be one of the brightest young stars in all of WWE. He was one of the top stars in NXT and even considered for a high-profile feud with John Cena. However, in 2020, this all changed. Dream was accused of sending indecent images to a minor, and this was
wow.
grooming. For the next few months, they insisted that there was no truth to the allegations and they continued to feature Dream on television. However, in May of 2021, Dream will be released to the delight of many WWE fans who had been clamoring for his departure ever since the allegations surfaced. Dream struggles to obtain any bookings due to the serious allegations. There have been rumors predominantly on social media that Dream could be considered for a WWE comeback, but unless WWE want to face severe backlash, this should be avoided at
that's
all
not gonna
costs.
happen.
Number 4, Jackson Ryker.
Yeah, him. I feel like that because it was. I think that he can't. I don't know if he was like if he was a Trump supporter. They'll talk on it, but yeah, I just remember hearing some stuff about him, and I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. He come back.
Jackson Ryker made a ton of enemies. Ryker was extremely right-wing, and he was unashamed to share these controversial viewpoints across his social media platforms. In 2019, Ryker claimed that the Black Lives Matter movement was garbage, and a number of WWE talent naturally took issue with what Ryker was saying. Although he was loathed by his peers and fans, former chairman Vince McMahon was actually a big fan of him. McMahon gave Ryker a substantial push and expected to get him over as a babyface. Due to budget cuts, Ryker was released from WWE in 2021. It goes without saying that Ryker shouldn't be considered for a comeback ever. Triple H bringing him back would be terrible for talent morale. And bringing someone as hateful as Ryker back wouldn't be the best look for Triple H's new era. Number 3, Braun Strowman. When it was announced that Braun Strowman had been released from WWE in 2021, it took everyone by surprise. Strowman was one of the WWE's top stars and had just been featured in a WWE title program. Now, his release came down to budget cuts as Strowman was one of the highest paid talents in the entire company. Now, a Strowman return may be considered, but what can he truly add to WWE? Outside of his epic rivalry with Roman Reigns a number of years ago,
that was good.
WWE work fell flat. It also doesn't help that Strowman has rather problematic viewpoints, such as the time he criticized independent wrestlers for financial help during the pandemic.
I remember that.
Strowman is a key part of the Control Your Narrative brand, and Strowman is better off sticking to appearances in this promotion rather than gearing up for a WWE comeback. Number 2.
I mean, yeah. Eva Marie. It's like it's a name that you don't really be thinking of, but it don't surprise you if she's on this list. But no, I mean, yeah, Braun Strowman, if he got his own thing going on, then it's like, make the best out of that. But it's like if you do make a if he were to make a WWE reappearance and stuff, I wouldn't trip about it. So.
Eva Marie.
But Eva Marie, on the other hand, let me just take the time real quick to just, somewhat defend her and things. Whoever it was, like, because this girl should have been wrestling. She should have been putting on some top tier matches. I feel like she was just one of those people where you can't necessarily forget her. So I'm like, okay, if you're going to leave this legacy behind, if they do decide to bring her back, they gotta bring her. She gotta acknowledge how crappy her previous runs were, but she has to kill it with this next time around. If they do decide to bring her back, but I'm saying she gotta be like just straight up like the most heelest of heelest wrestlers out there.
In 2021, it was announced that WWE had re-signed Eva Marie. This was a baffling decision as Marie's first run wasn't exactly great.
Yeah.
The in-ring work was below average. She would be paired with Doudrop, and this pairing did no favors to Doudrop. Marie would have a number of matches during her second run, including a disastrous match with Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. She was eventually released in November 2021 due to budget cuts, but WWE had completely wasted time and money with bringing her back into the company. She should have never been considered for another run again. Even though WWE clearly thinks that Marie is marketable, this isn't the 1990s anymore, and women actually need to be able to deliver to a high standard inside this squared circle.
No, that's true.
Number 1, Nia
Dang,
Jax.
she number 1. Wow.
Wrestlers, Nia Jax is certainly at the top of the list. During her WWE career, Jax had taken a reputation for being reckless and unsafe in the ring. But this all began when Jax broke Becky Lynch's nose in 2018. She did this with a close fist punch, and from this point onwards, Jax just became even more dangerous.
That's crazy.
Ring. Although recklessness was heavily criticized.
Yeah, she messed that girl's. No, I remember that when she threw that one wrestler into the steel steps, and it split like the top of her head. I think she ended up leaving not too long after that. I'm like, no, I'll blame you if you got people like her out here wrestling. She thinks she really fighting. It's like, fam, you is a wrestler. Chill, okay, just chill.
Prominent role, but that was until 2021 when she was released. Fans were quick to sympathize with Jax after she claimed that WWE fired her whilst on a mental health break. But it later transpired that this was a total fabrication from Jax, and WWE had released her due to Jax's outright refusal to get vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
Getting the COVID-19 vaccine was required by WWE talent, as they are a wrestling company that travels the world, and Jax refusing to get the vaccine would mean that she wasn't eligible for several international appearances. Jax creates problem after problem, and WWE should avoid ever bringing her back. She has a terrible attitude, and judging by her conduct on social media, this attitude isn't going to be adjusted anytime soon. But there you have it, folks. 10 wrestlers that WWE should never bring back. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Yeah, Nia Jax, I'm like, she's just, man. It's like the things I would hear about her, I'm surprised she even got hired on. Well, I think it was more so just due to her family ties, but at the same time, it's like they should have worked with her, and they should have. But if it was for that vaccine stuff, then yeah, I can understand that too. So. But anyways, yeah, that was a list I could partially. There were some people on the list though where I'm like, dang, I think they would do good if they were if they just had the right people behind them. I think they could do good, but I don't know. Let's see what the future holds for WWE. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Make sure you guys go subscribe to WrestleLamia. Honestly, probably in my opinion, one of the best wrestling channels out there. But yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to him, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.